on letter G of my Playful sans-serif series. You can grab the worksheets and the color palette free on the blog. We are going through all of this with my Maximalist brush kit. And this style is based on my Pinky Promise lettering style workbook. That is also in my shop. If you want to learn all the lowercase letters, I'm going through the uppercase ones for free on the blog. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start. I'm in my Maximalist kit. I've got a basic monoline brush and I'm on the layer above the worksheet. So these letters are loose and fun. They're kind of blocky, but with curvier lines. So we're not going to try to be too precise with this style. It's supposed to be fun, a little childlike, and with a lot of fun details. So I'm just gonna quickly go around and trace my letter, and then we will get to the fun part. I want this one to be just a little lower, so it's not too much more width than the rest of the letter. So I'll delete that out and redraw it. And then sometimes when you add color, it's a little easier to see where you might need to make some refinements or optical adjustments to make your letter look better. All right, so we've got one G done and we're gonna use it two ways. So let's go ahead and duplicate it. Let's bring the top G right here. And then your bottom G is gonna be that bright pink color. So I'm gonna grab the pink and put it right there. Now we're gonna work on one at a time. So with our top G, let's go ahead and just rename that G so we know what we're working with, and turn that one off for now just so it's not distracting you. So add a new layer above it, and I want you to grab this light, kind of super light yellow color. I'm gonna test my brush size. That's actually pretty good. So I'm on a 3%. And now I am going to draw in my dots. So I'm gonna start here. Whoops. I'm gonna do 3 dots, hold it down, and then I can either tap my finger down to make a perfectly perpendicular line, or I can use the editing. And I know I kind of want this to be centered because I'm gonna draw some more dots here. So now I want to end up with 5 here. So I already have 1, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, hold it down, and then kind of adjust it so that it looks fairly evenly spaced. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. And now I'm gonna come around the whole thing and get as many as I can in. And that came out pretty good. All right, now I want this to be just a tiny bit more opaque. So I'm just gonna duplicate, and you can see it's subtle, but it gets a little more opaque. So now I'll just merge that down. And now I'm gonna fill it with some blue. So I'm gonna go with my bright blue. Actually, I think I might have used the light blue last time. So I got the second lightest. All right, and now I'm gonna click continue filling, and I'm just gonna keep adding color to all of those. All right, I decided a fun option this time would be for us to give it a little dimension, which is super simple. So we're gonna take this layer, swipe left, duplicate, tap your bottom layer, come to your magic wand icon, hue, saturation, brightness, turn your brightness all the way down. We cannot see it, but it's down there. So that layer is now black. So now I'm just going to tap it like 1, maybe 2 swipes to the bottom. And then I am going to tap my magic wand icon again, click Gaussian blur. And I'm gonna add just a little bit of blur. So I'm dragging my pencil, you can see that's changing, that's changing. I'm at 2% and that feels pretty good. Now I'm gonna tap the N and reduce the opacity so that my shadow is more subtle. All right, so now I want these to look even a little more bubbly. So a really simple way to do that is just to add a little highlight. So once again, new layer, back to my monoline brush. Oops, doesn't show because I don't have the right color. Back to that super light yellow, and that is obviously way too big, so we're gonna make it much smaller. And then I'm just gonna draw in some highlights. Some of them I'll add a dot, some I'll just keep a little arc. You can go quite quickly through this at such a small size, especially. It does not need to be perfect. So I'm just kind of varying without much thought where I place the dot, whether I have a single line. just like that. So that just gives it a slightly more bubbly and playful look. And then we're gonna add this kind of lacy detail on the edge. So to do that, you are gonna tap your original G layer and you're actually gonna add a layer one below it. So I'm gonna tap that layer and then add a layer below it. And I'm gonna use this solid dot garland and we're gonna go back to our original kind of light blue color. And now I'm gonna test the size of this. That feels pretty good actually. So I'm on a 2%. And what I'm gonna do is try to keep my pencil on the edge of my G and go all the way around so that I get this kind of scalloped edge. And again, I'm just working in segments, go kind of slow. That one got off track a wee bit. So what I'll do then is just kind of delete 2 out and start a little closer in. Whoop. Whoop. It's best to start where you finish. So same thing, and it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just gonna try to get it so that it is fairly the same amount of the garland brush showing the whole way around. So this is one that's definitely a little bit slower. But I find it works well to kind of try to keep my brush on the edge of the G. All right, so that worked pretty well. So that's super cute as is, but I decided it would be cute to make it look a little bit like lace. So I went back to my monoline brush and actually, let's use our solid dots brush and that'll make us have some smoother dots. And that yellow color, again, I'm gonna add a new layer just so I can manipulate anything I need to. And again, that size is pretty good. I'm at a 1% with that. So if we were using it as a, all right, let me come up here and show you. If we were using it as a brush, it's a dotted brush, but you can also just use it as a stamp. So that's all I'm doing is using it as a stamp so I get a nice clean circle. Let's try slightly bigger, a little too big. And then all I do is go through and add a dot at the edge, and then it gives it kind of a lacy scallop look. So this one is optional depending on what you like. So again there, if you felt like that doesn't fit well, you can actually go back to this layer and kind of circle that and then tap it up. Give it a little more room, like that. And then if you need to, you can use an eraser and your normal monoline brush in that color and clean anything up. So it is very editable still if you're working on multiple layers. So now I'm gonna go back to my solid dots and this. All right, so you get the point. You would keep going all the way around and adjust as needed, or maybe you just wanna use a slightly smaller dot. On this one, I used a really small dot, so maybe that would have been better so I could easily tap this layer, click clear, make my dot size smaller and more delicate, and then it's gonna fit more nicely. And then you can just kind of quickly tap around into everything you've done all the way around. All right, so our next one is super duper easy. That one was a little intricate, so I decided to keep our second version way more simple. So to get this out of the way for our first style G, let's go ahead and every layer that you have for that G, swipe right so that it's highlighted, and then click group. And then you could rename that, you know, G style 1 or maybe marquee G, whatever helps you remember what it is. And now we'll work on our second G. So we're gonna swipe left, duplicate, tap your bottom layer, the dark blue, and I'm gonna drag and drop. Again, you can't see it because it's behind that other layer, but we're gonna bring it out. So now I'm gonna take it and just bring it a little bit to my right. So you could go with like a big shadow. I did a subtle kind of one, and then I'm going to grab my basic monoline, and all you're doing is connecting edges. So if you take this edge to this edge, draw a line, color it in. This edge to this edge, and then you can just kind of go around connecting any edges. Some will be quite subtle, like this one, you barely need to add anything. And then you've already got everything connected. For this one, we're gonna keep it super simple, and I wanted to be able to show you the benefit of stamps. So I'm gonna grab that light yellow again, and I'm gonna do this heart brush. I'm on a 2%, let's test that. And then again, kind of the same process. Whoops, my hand touched the screen, so I messed it up a little. All right, so 3, hold it down, and that lets you adjust. Same thing there, I want to do about 5. And then if I want that perfectly lined up, I can just select and kind of shift things into place. And then again, all the way around. And that is editable as well. So you can always grab the little blue dots and shift it into place. And then you've done a really cute letter in literally seconds because you're using brushes. And there's all different ones. So you can add different textures. You can add different brushes. You could, you know, play with a lot of different styles. And as we go through this series, I'm giving you all different ideas so that when you go to make your own letters, you can end up with pieces that look like this.